Hello and welcome to WordPress tutorials. In today's video I'm going to show you how to convert this HTML template into a WordPress theme which will be fully functional and all the functionalities of WordPress backend will be there. For example, you will be able to customize home, this menu, the logo, this slider from the WordPress backend, and also this call to action section and these custom post types, as well as this contact area and reviews, this section, and also the footer area. So for this I'll use Redux Framework within WordPress backend, and also I broke down this video into segments which are like this. The first segment will be files that are needed for the theme. Second one will be making custom post type, which is within Functions.php. All the files required and optional will be discussed in this video. So you can click on timestamps in the description to jump between any of these sections. For example, if you already know about all these things but you just want to know about single.php or page.php, then you can go to my description, this video's description, and then click on the relevant timestamp, so you will jump to that section of the video. Okay, first of all I'll show you the template files. I have a home page template, Index.php, page.php, Search.php, and single services.php. These are the HTML files, but we will convert them to PHP first. The Index.php and Search.php will be similar, except the Search will have the search term on the top of the page, and Index will only show posts. And the home page template will be a custom template, and the single services page will be a page for services. Like these are the services, they are also shown on the home page. So whenever a user click on a single service, then he will be accessed in this single services file. Here, this single services file, and this is the home page template. This is the search result page, which will also be the index page but without this search criteria. And this is the single service page. This will be a template where we will put up to 4 images, some description and some titles and a thumbnail. This is the featured image, and also this is a page template. All pages will be opened in the same template, and also I'll separate the header and the footer in Header.php and Footer.php. So let's start the video. Now you can jump any of these section, but please watch the full video if you are new to the theme development and you want to learn each and every step for theme building. Now for starting, we will first make a theme folder in our WordPress admin dashboard. So this is our WordPress admin dashboard file. You can access them using cPanel, or you can transfer your files using FTP, but I'm working on this theme locally, so all these files are on my local PC. So in WP content, open themes folder, and I'll make a folder for me. The theme folder name will be my first theme. Open the theme folder and copy all the templates including the assets. The index file folder have all the assets, for example images, CSS files, etc., and copy them into the my theme folder. Now come to the file list. Required files will be Index.php and style.css. Function.php is optional, but I written required for some reasons. I'll tell you in a while. All these files are optional, just because we can add the header and the footer code within the index file, and also we can use a conditional statement to separate the search functionality within the Index.php, as well as we can include the single code with the conditional statement within the Index.php. As you go through all these files, almost all these files can be included within this Index.php file. So first we will need Index.php and style.css, because without these two the theme will not be activated. So come to your folder and convert your index.html into index.php. Press enter. Okay, but let's just convert this homepage template, because in the index.php file, which is the search.php, there is a black header, but we will use the white header within this homepage template. So for the time being, let's just change the homepage template into index.php. Okay, now the next file we need will be the style.css. Just create a new file, a text file, and name it style.css. And for theme preview file, we will need a screenshot.png, which we can generate from the existing front page like this. Press print screen on your keyboard if you have a Windows PC. If you have Mac, then for taking screenshot there will be another button. Open your Paint. Or you can just take a file, a PNG, an image file, we can take the logo, and name it as screenshot.png. Okay, now we have these three files. Come to your admin dashboard. Come to your appearance. Now you can see that our new theme is appearing here, my first theme and the logo. Click on activate. Okay, the theme is now activated, and if you come to your front end and access the website, it will look something like this. And it's because all the resources such as CSS and JavaScript are not loading from the template directory. They are loading from the root directory, which are not there. So if you open your HTML template, homepage HTML template, then you will see that all the files like CSS and JavaScript will be loaded from the root directory. So in our WordPress case, our root directory is localhost / WordPress Texas Canvas, while our files are now on the root folder, and then in the WP content, theme and my theme files, which means that there is some function to be used to access this theme folder first. So open this Index.php now, because in the theme file we are now accessing the Index.php. In the Index.php, search for style sheet. So here it is, and this is accessing the root folder, while we need to access this template directory, which is my first theme, and we don't have to use my first theme word here. We just have to use a PHP function for WordPress echo get template directory URI. And now remove this dot. So first it will be the template directory URI, and then it will be index files, save the template and refresh the page. Now we see some improvements, such as some of the CSS is working, like the menu and the logo. So let's copy this line and paste it on the all resources you have. Copy and then scroll down to all resources, and replace this dot slash with that code, or just press Ctrl F and find dot slash and then replace it with this function and slash. Find next, replace. Currently it will replace all resources for images as well, but this is for the time being, because I'll show you how to add all auto posts and not just the static posts from the WordPress. It's just for setting up the home page, and then I'll show you how to get the post and show them on the front end. Okay, save the template and let's go to the front end and let's check. Okay, on the front end you can see all the resources are now in place, but now we will change these contents to dynamic contents. So our next step will be making some custom post types if we have any, and then mentioning the thumbnail sizes in Functions.php. So come to your website. These are the services, which is probably the services custom post type thing. So we will add this custom post type in our Functions.php, and we will also mention the thumbnail sizes. For example, this will be default thumbnail size for the post size, the services picture size, and then by default WordPress automatically creates 150 by 150 and 300 by 300 two thumbnails by default. But for this we will make a thumbnail size for this image, so we can make it for the home page and for the thumbnails on the search page or archive pages. So right click on inspect element to check the dimensions of this image. Let's find the image. Okay, dimensions are 365 by 274. So we will use this thumbnail size for mentioning thumbnail sizes in Functions.php. First of all, we will create a new Functions.php file within our theme folder and remove all the contents, because it will be just the functions. Please remember to do not close the PHP tag in the end of the file. Just leave it open as this. Now first of all, we will make a new function called my first theme, but we will add some keywords to it. Function my WCT, which means world class themes, my first theme setup, and within that function type add thumbnail size, add image size, it was 365 by 274. 365 comma 274. It may be an array, true for maintaining aspect ratio, and the name for this will be 365 by 274, which will be a string. We can get this thumbnail by this string or this array. Maybe this is an array. We will see if it's not working. Okay, now we will add an action for this function. Type add action, and the hook will be after theme setup, and call this function WCT my first theme setup, and close it. Now we will mention add theme support for post thumbnails and the array will be for posts and page, and we will mention more posts here after we build a custom post type by the name of services. Okay, now let's add a new post type. I'll copy a function for the post type. Let me paste the code here. I'll show you step by step what it is. The hook will be add action init, and we will call this custom post service function, this one, and this function is about services, and we will mention singular name, add new name, and add new item. This code can be found on Google. If you come to Google and type add custom post type function, register post type, or you can find it from generate WordPress post type. You can easily find it on any page, but let's see. Here is the function which I used on my page. You can just copy this from here and paste it in your Functions.php. My function is little bit smaller because I used just the things which I required. So all these things will be services, service, add new service, edit service, new service, all about service. And then in the last section, register post type will be WCT service or just services. So it will, the post type will be services, and the supports will be title, editor, thumbnail, and page attributes. Okay, now save the functions.php file and come to your dashboard and refresh the page. Now you can see that there is a custom post type by the name of service. You can see your existing services, or you can add new service. When you click on add new service, then you will see that it will ask you for title, description, post attributes, and featured image. It's because we added the supports, thumbnails, and page attributes. The page attributes are here, which are the post attributes, and the featured image is the thumbnail. Okay, now we will add a service here. We can add services here, and then we will show them on the home page and even on the single services page. Now for services, we can make single page like this. Open your templates, single services. The name will be single dash and the custom post type name, and our custom post type name was just the services. So if we come to our theme folder, then it is single dash or custom post type, and then the file name will be php.php. Press enter, rename the file, and we are done. Okay, now the next step, we will come back to the services section after adding the Redux framework. And what is Redux framework? It will allow you to add some option panel. For example, if I open another website, then you will see that there is a theme option section which will allow you to add custom logo or custom contents for home page, or footer or header contents, or some colors. So these options can be added using Redux framework. I don't know which framework are using by this Finder theme, but I'll show you how to integrate the Redux framework. Here, as you can see, that this existing theme have some general option, changing colors or something like that, and then banner, and then listing, pricing. All these menus are added by this framework, but I'll show you how to integrate the Redux framework. Now this is our website, and the theme options will be here. So for this, we will first install our plugin, which is Redux framework. Type Redux and press enter. Okay, Redux framework is already installed and activated by my website. So you will have to first install and then activate the Redux framework. Now you can see that there is no menu for theme option, and we will have to make it manually. So come to Google again and type for Redux theme file or Redux options, Redux WordPress plugin, create your own WordPress, Redux sample file. So it's available on GitHub. Click on that. Now look for the sample file. Okay, here is the sample file. We will need this file within our theme. Copy all code, or just come back to the sample folder and download this sample file. If it cannot be downloaded, then select all contents within this file. It's a huge file, so you will have to scroll down all the way to the bottom. Leave the mouse here and start dragging manually to the end of the file. Then press shift on your keyboard and then click at the end of the file. Copy the contents and just make a new file by the name of theme config.php. Save it, remove these contents and paste the contents from the theme config file. Okay, now scroll down to the top and find the variable opt name, $opt name. So it's Redux demo presently. I'll leave it like this because I'll show you how to integrate this file within your Functions.php. Okay, we have our Redux demo file, and now come to the Functions.php, and within the my first theme setup for function, type if not is set $redux demo. If this variable is do not exist, then require once, then dir name underscore double underscore file double underscore dot slash theme dash config, which was the Redux demo file name. Okay, save it. Now open your backend and refresh the page, and now you can see that there is a sample option menu within our backend. So first of all, we will rename this sample options to our theme options. So come to the theme config and scroll down to where it says menu title and page title. The menu title will be theme options and the page title will also be theme options. Save it. Okay, now it's theme options. Now let's come to the first option, which is started here, the basic fields. So we will copy this section and make our own. Copy and paste it above this field. Our own name will be general options. General options, and ID will be general opt, and these are general options page option. These are general options. Okay, now the children for this menu will be logo first. So we will copy this first child and rename it as logo. Copy and paste it as a child to the general option, but we will rename it general opt and then logo. And the main ID will be general opt logo ID will be logo alt. This is the title checkbox option, and type will be text, so remove this. Copy a simple, we will copy a text box from any other fields. Search for text. This is the text box. Copy this and come to the general section, and within the children paste that text and name it as logo alt text. It will be, the title will be logo alt, and the default text will be alt text for logo, and save it. Then we will need an image. Remove all other fields within this general tab, and then we will need an image. Just search for media. Okay, this is the media, and it's this one. This is a single image media. Copy this and scroll to the general section. After the alt logo, we will add the media, and the ID will be logo image. Type will be media, URL, and type will be, title will be upload logo, and URL will be empty. Save it, and now come to your admin panel. Refresh the page. Okay, there is a small mistake in this dir name. I added this e, which is not correct. Just remove it and save the file, and now come to the backend and refresh. Okay, still not there, so copy this single line and grab it out of the function my first theme setup, and then refresh the page. And now theme options is here. Now you can see that general option is mentioned here. If you come to general option, here you can see we added two fields. One is alt logo, alt text for logo, and then upload logo. We can choose upload and upload your image, which is this one, this logo from the same site, not the cropped logo. And click on select. Okay, here is the select. We can use it later. Okay, now Redux framework is almost done. I'll show you more options when we reach to the step where it says making homepage admin backend using Redux. Okay, now our next step is building Index.php, header, footer, and Search.php. So for this, we will first separate our header and footer from our Index.php file. So scroll to the top, and here you can see the header tag. Look for its closing. Yes, here. Copy or cut the whole code from this page and build a new page by the name of header. Save as header.php. Remove all the code and paste that header code within header.php, and before closing the head tag, type within php tag get header, WP head WP head. This function is for showing up admin panel, admin bar on the front end like this. You can see it on the back end, but on the front end it is not there. So this function and WP footer function will show you the admin bar, and all the plugins you are installing within the site are will be usable. So remember to put this WP head before closing the head tag in the header.php. Now build a Footer.php file as well, Footer.php, and remove all the contents and come to Index.php. Instead of header, type get header within PHP codes, and now scroll down to the footer section. Okay, here is the footer. Cut the code and type get underscore footer function within PHP tags, and come to footer and paste that footer code which you just cut from there. Okay, now save the header and footer file, and let's check if it's still working. Refresh the page, but we forgot the WP footer in the footer file, so maybe the admin bar will not show up this time. Yes, it's not there. So come to your footer file, and before closing the body tag, type within PHP tags WP footer function, and now refresh the page. Now admin bar is there. So let's check what is the next step. It was header and footer, and now the index file. Let's make all the posts dynamic within this index file. First let's check how many posts are available in our WordPress dashboard. We have 6 posts, so it's enough, so we can show them on our Index.php file. First of all, let's make our homepage template, because all these contents are from our homepage. Save this file as homepage template.php, and in the homepage template just type PHP tags, and then in the comments type template name homepage template. So this will be our homepage template, and in index file we will remove all the contents of the homepage, of the homepage, and we will put some posts from the Search.php file. Edit the Search.php file, which is currently search.html. Rename it to Search.php first, and then edit this file using any editor. I'm using Dreamweaver CS6 version. From the Search.php, copy all the content area, below the header. It's when header is finished. Okay, here. So from the site content, copy the whole div and come to index. Within the site content, paste all the search criteria. look for its end. Remove it and paste that search area widget here, and the remaining maybe it's the footer contents, but just for the home page. Okay, now come to your front end. It's now Index.php and home page is separate. I'll show you in a while how to manage the home page template with Redux Framework. But first let's set up the Index.php and Search.php files. Okay, here is the search file contents. We will add some margins later. So within index file, come to the top and start typing. First let's apply source formatting so we know which div is which. Okay, these are the articles. Starting from the first one, type if have posts, and then start the bracket, and next line while have posts, and type the post, and then close these two brackets after the first article, first one and second one. Okay, now in the article, for the title, type the title, and for the link, type the permalink, and there are no description, so we will copy the description from another post. Okay, here replace this p tag with php the content. Okay, please remember that the content function will not work unless you use the post. The permalink and the title will work without the post, but the content will not work without the post. So this is very important for some functions like the content, the author, the category, etc. So come to the link again. It's the category link. We can also use the category here, but in our current website we do not have any category, so let's hide the category thing. And come to the front end. Okay, there is no thumbnail, but we can also add a thumbnail here. Within this tag, type get or type the post thumbnail function. Now refresh the index file. Okay, we have the thumbnail the content, but here is our mistake that we will not use the content on this listing page. We will also need a smaller thumbnail for the listing page. So in the thumbnail we will just mention within the brackets thumbnail. Remember when we added a thumbnail support like this, so this is the name which we can access here if we want to grab that thumbnail. But if you want to get 150 by 150, then by default its name is thumbnail. And except this content, instead of content we will use the excerpt, 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 and refresh the page. Now you can see that a small thumbnail, a title, and a description, short description, which is the excerpt. And if you click on this plumbing, you will be taken to the single post page, which we do not have yet. It's the single.php file, but it's opening within the index file because we do not have any single.php file yet. So we will now add the single file, which will show all these posts on that single.php file. Come to your folder, and we have our single file here. It's the page.php. We can use this page.php as our single. So copy this and make a new file by the name of single.php, which will be used for default post types. And if you click on this now, it will open that single.php file, but all the things will be messed up because there is no header and no footer yet, and all the resources are not connected. Okay, this is the page. This is a single page which is look like this. Okay, we will edit this file within our editor. In the single we will add the header and footer, so remove this code and add PHP code, which is get header, and instead of footer we will add the get footer code. Save the file. Now refresh the page to see if there are any improvements. Okay, we have the single page contents here and the footer as well. So we will add our contents within the page, within the contents here. After adding the header and footer to this page, let's change the contents. First of all, type the post after get header functions within the single.php, and now change the title to the title within the PHP tags. And now instead of all these contents, change it to the content. Remove these sections, or just remove the div between this section, and then remove all other sections totally. Within this section, type the content and let's refresh the page. Okay, now we have the title and then the content with all images. You can customize the look of this post by going to the post and click on edit post. Okay, now we have our single page already done. Come to the next step, which is Search.php. The Search.php will be exactly like Index.php because it will be showing all the posts, but the main difference will be the search term. So save this file as Search.php. And here type echo $_get s, which is the search query for this page, and from index page remove this title because we do not need any title on the main index page. Okay, now if you come to the page and type s is equal to something or leave it empty, then the search page will be open with the search title, but it's not visible. So let's add some line breaks to make the search title visible in the index as well as in the search.php file. Save the file and refresh. Let's translate it into English. Search for, and then type within search something like A, search for A, and here it is. The search is related to this string, and we will remove all these static posts from the search page. All these articles will be removed. Okay, now after the search page, let's see what's our next step. Setting up logo and menus. Now in the header.php file we have our logo and the menu. So for the logo, as we already did something in the Redux framework, first of all we will declare the Redux global variable. Come to Redux config file and check what's the Redux variable. It's Redux demo. In the header, before starting the HTML, type global $redux demo, and now scroll down to the logo section. Here, and in the src, remove the current src. Save the file just to check if the current logo is replaced. Okay, the logo is still there. Come to the code and remove the src set as well. The src set is that the different type of thumbnails are saved in the src set, so WordPress will get the suitable for any screen you are using. Now refresh the page. Okay, now there is no logo. Let's populate the logo from the theme config file where we added the general logo. WCT logo image, copy the ID, and in the header file paste it here in src echo $redux demo, then the ID, then the URL. Refresh the page, it's not there. Let's check the general option again, scroll down. Maybe that was the wrong theme config file I opened from another theme. So click on, come to the general fields and copy logo image ID, and then come to header, replace the ID, save it and refresh the front end. Okay, we have the logo now. Now about the menu, you will keep the previous menu as it's very important, and this is the menu starting from nav. Just comment this menu using HTML commenting tags, and now we will use the menu function. Let me paste the menu function. This function can also be found on wordpress.org, or you can download it from Stack Overflow, but the thing that you will have to change are these things. This one, the container will be nav because we are already replacing the nav. So the nav, the theme header top menu will be the location. Container class will be fp nav. So container, let's see what is the class. Copy the class from the container and place it here, and the container ID, we also have the nav ID here, so use this ID here. Save it and let's see what it looks like. In many cases you will find exact menu, but in this case the menu is not looking like the menu from our own design. So let's see what is the difference. Copy the code from this existing menu which we just placed. Inspect element and then copy the menu code. Copy the whole nav title. And paste it here to see the actual code. Okay, now we added the class but it's not there. We added the ID is also not there. So let's see what is the problem with this code. Echo true. The UL is primary menu, which is main menu, so copy the UL ID as well. And also the class. Copy the class from the nav menu, UL. Okay, now let's check. Just comment this menu as well. Save it and refresh the page. it is still not there, maybe we have the problem with this ID. We never defined our menus, so copy the code for defining the menus. You can also find the defining menu code from wordpress.org, but if you want to copy it from my site, then you can just pause my screen and copy the menu code, this one, including this add action. You can pause the screen and write down this code within your Functions.php. So we will add it before adding the custom post with the same ID here in Header.php. And now open your backend and come to appearance, menus, but first refresh the page because there is no menu yet. Now click on appearance, menus. Okay, now the new menu will be in our header top menu, and click save. Now come to the front end and let's see if the menu is applying. Yes, it's showing up. So here is our menu, including the drop down. We can change the colors later, but at least it's showing now. So that was the logo and the menu. The next step will be making homepage admin backend with Redux. So now we had a template by the name of homepage template. So we will add a new page first. The new page title will be home or anything you want, but within the page attributes we will choose the template, homepage template, and publish. If you take a look to the page, it will be exactly like the home page before, which was Index.php, but now it's the homepage template with the page we built, and we can customize it using Redux Framework now. But before that, let's add some services using the images and the titles. Come to your backend and open the services. You can also set this page as your front end page, but we will leave it like this because we want to check index and this home page template both. So let's just add some services. I'll choose some random names, service 1 blah blah blah, and some description, and then a featured image. We can choose images from our library. Add just one image. Choose the image and set as featured. Publish the first service, and then we will add a new service. Click on add new, service 2, and the same random description. Then choose featured image, choose the second image, publish, and similarly I'll add a third service. Okay, now come to services. We have 3 services now, and that's enough data to add within our home page. So we are done with the menu. Now we will do the slider thing for the home page and the Facebook and Instagram icons and links. Okay, come to your theme config of the Redux framework. I'll add all these fields within this general tab because I don't want to waste time on making the headings and then the contents. So first we will add a slider. So search for slides, and this is the slide array, copy it and come to your general section, and name it home page slides, and type will be slides option, and this is a general title. So come to admin dashboard and click on theme option, general. Here is the slide options which we just added. We can add 2 or 3 slides depending on how many slides we have. So we are adding 2 slides. Click on upload, choose the first slide image, look for the slider images, we can choose these images as a slider, upload another one. Okay, this one is also fine for slider. So for first one we will choose this, and for second slide we will choose the next. Click on save changes, come to your home page template, slide section, we have the slides here separated. So first we will get that Redux Framework, Redux demo. We do not have it here, so first get it, global $Redux demo, and then come to this section, for each, which will be the array for Redux demo. Let's see what is the ID. Home slides, and as slide. Close the for each section and then hide all other slides, so we can check how many slides are showing up. And first let's just print the slider data. Okay, we have image in first index and the second index. So in the slide, this slide we will use the image index within this URL. Echo $slide and image, and let's hide this code with the comments, PHP comments, and refresh the page. Okay, now the images are changing according to the slider. Okay, now let's change this Texas canvas text and this button and this text within the admin. Come to theme config file and copy a basic text field. Type text for search text field. We will need 2 text fields, and we will need 4 text fields, 2 for title and description and 2 for button text and button link. So we will copy this and come to general. Below the slides, first type slider title and then type slider text, then type slider button text, and then slider button link. So come to dashboard and refresh the page. Now scroll down, in the text field type this Texas canvas, and there is also a small line which is manufacture date. Come to the code and below the slider title type slider date or slider something, refresh. Now copy the text, the title now first, or let's just add these fields to the home page first. Slider title, home page, add the slider title here. Within PHP tags echo $redux demo and add that ID for the slider title. Then copy this code and copy slider date, and then copy slider text, then slider button text and slider button link. Come to the home page template, it's the slider button text here, and the second one will be the slider button link, which is within the href. So let's refresh the page to show you all these text will be default text. Then we will copy the same text from the original website. Okay, as you can see, this is default text, this is default, the button will be default, and the link will be default text. Okay, now open the original website and let's copy all these things from that page. Copy this and come to your admin panel, then copy the date, now copy the description, the text, and then view products, and then the link. I use hash for the time being just to show you. Now after saving the changes, open the home page and refresh it, and now you can see that all the text is populated here. And now come to the next section, which is call to action section, and we will need 2 fields here, this for this, and then 2 fields for the button, similar to that view product section. To for the text and the link, and then we will add an image for this. So I'll not repeat these steps because we already done for this. Come to the next section, which is the products and services section, and I'll show you how to populate the services within this section now. So come to the home page and scroll down to the services section. Products and services. Here is the section products and services. So let's separate this from the above section. And these are the separate services, separate div for each section. Let's make it prominent so we can see each service separately. So there are 3 services here. Now within this services section we will get the post type services, because all these services are within our admin panel and services section, this one. And as you can see here, the post type for this service is services. You can see post type is equal to services. So we will get all post in this services post type. Come to the admin this file where all the posts are listed, and type args. You can choose any variable you want, and array post type is equal to services, and then run $services is equal to get posts and pass the arguments. Now type for each $services as service, so we can have all the data within this service, and close this PHP tag after this first service, so we can wrap up this service within this for each loop. Okay, first of all we will add the thumbnail, and the thumbnail size was 365 by 274. Copy this and type get echo get the post thumbnail URL and pass the ID $service ID, then comma, and pass the thumbnail size. And now come to the home page and refresh it. Okay, now we just have the thumbnails, but we will also remove the static services from this whole thing. Now let's refresh. Okay, we have 3 services, but for some reason this one is not showing up. So let's see why the service 2 thumbnail is not showing up. Okay, it's not there, so click on featured image and choose the middle image, because for both of other 2 are already there. This one set as featured image, and once it appears here, click on update and come to the front end, refresh the page, and we have it. Okay, now just change the permalinks and then change the titles. The permalink will be here, the target, type echo get permalink and pass the service ID, because this is not the default post type. We have to pass the service ID here. Sorry, it's here, I placed it on the wrong place. Within the loop, and then paste the title here. It's the post title for the title. If it was the default post type, then we just have to type the title, but it's not the default post. That is why we are getting the service post title, because it's within this loop. Okay, now refresh the home page. Now it's there, and each service have its own title, image and link as well. So if you click on any service, it will take you to a static page, which is the single service page. Single services, it's single services, yes, because the post name is post type is services. So it's the static post page, and it's loading up the Index.php, and the reason behind this is the permalink structure. You have to go to the settings and click on permalinks. It's by default the post name. You have to change it to plain and then save it and wait for it, and then set it back to post name and again save it. Now come to the front end, and for the same service refresh the page. Now you can see that it's the single service page, but the same problem is there, which is setting header and footer within that. So open the theme and edit the single services template within your editor. Scroll down to the header end and remove this and type php get header, and then scroll down to the footer and type get footer. Now refresh it. Okay, the menu and logo is there, and we will just need to set up this content area. So come to the page, apply source formatting, and then get some line breaks. Now let's change the title and the contents. First, add the post after header, because it's single services page, and come to the title section and type the title. Now I'm using the title because it's default post type. It's not the default custom post, but because it's the default page, and whichever data is coming here, it will be directly accessible by the title and the content, etc. So in the content section, just add the content and remove all other things. Refresh the page. Okay, here is our service 3 page. Now the last thing is the footer, and this is similar to the banner we just did. We will add text field for email, for Google Map, for working hours, for phone numbers, and for online requests. Something every field will have its own separate space within the theme config. So copy the field, paste it, and give the ID. For example, if we are getting the email, then type footer email within the ID, and then save the file and copy this footer email and come to the footer. Here first call global Redux demo, and then come to the email section. Okay, maybe it's not in the footer, it's within that single services page. Then we will also define it within the single services page, global Redux demo, and come to the section where it says contact and email. Here just replace it with the PHP tag echo $redux demo and paste that ID for footer email, and let's check. It's empty, which means that there is no content yet. Click on theme options, general, scroll down to the bottom where we just added a field for email. We forgot to mention in the theme config that this is the email field. So if you refresh the page, then you will see that this will call email field. Now type the email here, abc@xyz.com, save the changes and come to the single services page, refresh the page, and the email address is here. Similarly, you can do this for all these fields, and same for the copyright contents, and the copyright content is within the footer. Here this is the copyright text and this is the power by text, so you can make separate fields for these two things, and that data will be populated here. So that was all for today's video. If you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our future updates. We will bring you more informative videos about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and especially for WordPress. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up.